Hey everybody, so welcome back to my channel. Today I just want to briefly talk about and kind of zero in on a particular age group, which is the younger age group, below 30. And I want to try to help inspire you to think out of the box and to have a certain amount of creativity. So currently I am, of course, driving around Malaysia today. Sometimes I drive around Thailand. It just sort of depends on where I'm at and what I'm doing. But that's the lifestyle that my wife and I have chosen for now. And we've been able to do that because of a little bit of forward planning, right? And so in your life, what I want you to think about is, what is my plan, short term, medium term, and long term? And then think about, where do you want to be in 2 years? Where do you want to be in 5 years? And where do you want to be in 10 years and 20 years, right? These are, I guess we call these thought experiments. But there's a reason for that, is because if you give something thought and you put energy into it and then you execute towards that plan, you're more likely to come up with something that you can do. And yes, sometimes you fail. And people say, well, what if I fail? So what? You get up, put your boots back on in the morning, and you try again. And you keep trying. And you keep trying. And you never stop. And one day, something, and all these problems that I should say failures inside your business or your career, they will fade slowly into the background. The naysayers will no longer be there, and you'll either just drop them from your life, or they will be looking at your life and going, wow, I remember when he didn't have anything, and now he is a very powerful, wealthy person, right? Or they'll wonder, why is it that you feel you can do or say what you do and do it with such passion? And it's because you're financially stable and you are comfortable in your own skin, and you don't have to sit there and worry that, oh, they're going to take my job and I can't get another job somewhere else. You don't care about that. You know your value, you know your worth, and you're going to go out and you're going to do the best you can for whoever you're working for, and you're going to learn the most you can with whatever you're doing, right? And you want to take a piece of that time and you want to do professional development, right? You want to brainstorm business ideas. You want to learn to make money in different ways. I just tell you, there's things that I do. I enjoy the markets, okay? I kind of enjoy it. Now, I prefer the international markets because I'm a big fan in cash flow. So I love dividend stocks. I like bonds that produce an income for me on a monthly basis. I love monthly paying dividend ETFs. I just really like that. And the reason why is I can take higher risks and gain a higher return if I'm getting paid my dividend on a monthly basis, right? And one of the things that you can do, this is assuming you're an American, is you can operate your investment empire per se. Now this is inside the business institutions, okay? You can do this inside of a 401k structure or an IRA structure, which makes it tax deferred, right? Or you can make it where it's tax free if it's in a different kind of IRA, right? So there's different things that you can do, and when you do this, you can grow that money, set it up to use dollar cost averaging, and you can just reinvest. Now, a lot of people don't like that, and I think a lot of younger people are going, yeah, but I need money today. I don't have the money to do that. You may not have $1,000, but do you have enough to buy one share in that stock? It's a good stock. It's been around 100 years. It pays a dividend. It's grown as dividend so many times over the years. It's part of what we call the dividend king list. And that dividend king is probably going to be there even if there's a world war, because it made it through the last world war. So there's a good chance, it's gonna survive and it's gonna thrive. It's got a structure and a way of running that allows it to grow even in hard times, right? Even under a certain level of tyranny, it still exists. So these are things that you have to think about, and you as a young person have time on your side because you are young, okay? And so the earlier you get started, the better and easier it's going to be. And the less risk you have to take in order to get to where you want to be, right? And so those are some things to think about. Now, there's another flip side. You can take higher risks also if you have stable income and you're confident that you can go out and get a job anywhere, right? If you're confident in that, that's a certain amount of stability that allows you to take a certain amount of risk, right? I mean, you can buy an ETF today that's going to give you an 8% return. You can. An 8% return on an international set of stocks that produce high dividends. That ETF is going to diversify your risk, right? Now, I'm not going to give particular investing advice, and this is not an investing advice video per se, but it's something to think about, right? How do you save your money for the long term? I mean, I like to travel, and I have used my career to be able to do so, but I'm trying very, very hard now to use my savings, right, to be able to continue that lifestyle without an employer, right? So that's something that I want to do. That's something that I thrive to do, right? Now, I could technically do that now with a certain level of tax liability, right? And so as you grow your little financial empire or your own personal central bank, right, you have to think about how you're going to position it in times of strife. What is your backup plan in case a big chunk of that money gets sucked up in a spiraling down fire sale in the markets? Do you have a seed where you can start back up again? Because the reality is there's lots of investments around the world. And if you can diversify internationally outside of your home country, this is actually very important. Because if you can do that, so say you have a brokerage in Hong Kong or a brokerage in Singapore or Eastern Europe or Central Asia, right? You can tap into businesses that are highly profitable, that pay good returns, right? You can get a very strong return on investment. And you can get that within, between 2 and 10 years. Now, you got to be able to leave it there, or you don't have to, I suppose, but it's up to you on what you want to do. But there's a lot of options out there, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I want you to think about how you're going to utilize the markets of today and the markets of tomorrow, right? Now, some of you who know me and maybe been following our other channel at Explore Traveler know that I had done a series many years ago on traveling with crypto, right? And it got a lot of views. I think people found it interesting. And I don't talk about crypto anymore, and there's a reason for that. That doesn't mean I am not a believer in crypto, because I am to a certain extent. However, I lean towards a cryptocurrency that has the utility that I am wanting to use, right? And that utility is how it uses this blockchain, right? So there's different kinds. I'm probably somewhat positive on, I guess I don't want to say different cryptos, because I don't want to give investing advice because get in trouble with the SEC. But I just want to say that you can find something that you're interested in, and you can find a crypto that matches that interest, right? As you guys know, I like travel videos. I like writing on travel blog. I like people being able to post their own travel videos and stuff on my information. So, you know, our network is something that I'm interested in. And so I'm very interested into helping people get there. So I want you to work on your own personal little central bank, your own savings plan, and think about how you're going to grow for the future. Talk to you later.